What's up, Planeswalkers? Grixis, of course, back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena, and I just want to let you all know that no one yet has guessed the order of the 10 guilds. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and show you the last one. So, Golgari is my least favorite of the guild icons. Now, this is important because I love to play Abzan, right? And I really do love the philosophy of the Golgari, being very pragmatic and resourceful, using all of the things to their advantage. So I just want you to know that my first and my last, might have given a little bit of a hint there, they are two guilds that I enjoy the philosophy of and I enjoy playing the decks, but their icons are different. So I'm gonna keep that going on literally any video. Feel free to try and put all 10 of them in order, and you will win some sort of prize. Maybe I'll sign something and send it. Maybe I'll play a game with you or something. Record a game or something. I don't fucking know. But what I really want from you today is something that has bothered me for a long time. Is cheesecake a cake? Is cheesecake a cake? And if so, why? If not, what is it? Now, you could obviously look this up. There is technically a correct answer. I just want to get a feel for your opinions. Anyway, of course, I do hope you go to flipsidegaming.com and use promo code 6 for 10% off on orders over $10. It's a good deal, and it helps support the show. Also, Dragon Shields are great. Today, we're running back some Bolas. I realize I haven't actually played this for like a month. I mean, technically, February has fewer days in it, yada, yada, yada. But I love playing Nicol Bolas decks, so we're playing some more Grixis Control. I do have that video still up from a month ago, but I did make a few adjustments. So I'll just go through the entire deck again. It'll probably be a little truncated, though. So we're running 3 Duress, because Duress main deck in Best of 1 is actually not bad right now. Hell, it's probably not bad in Best of 3 because of how many spells are actually being played. 2 Search Azcanta, very helpful in this deck to allow us to modify our draws, make sure we can keep getting the cards that we need. Helps us not flood out, because we are running, I believe, 26. We might be running 27, actually. No, 26. I believe at one point I did run 27. But it allows us to not flood, not screw, and it does allow us to get some sweet value later on in the game. 2 cast downs, 1 Moment of Craving, and 1 Bedevil. This is the split I decided with. I believe the last video I ran 4 cast downs, but there are a decent number of legends running around that I wanted to mix it up a little bit. And what I did here is, I think I did a good compromise. So essentially, for one more black, well, for additional black mana and a red mana, Bedevil allows us to hit not only creatures, but legendary creatures, as well as planeswalkers and artifacts, if that ever comes in handy, which it probably won't. And then Moment of Craving will allow us to get some extra life gain, just that little bit that we might need against those more aggressive strategies. And for what it's worth, it does allow us to kill things like a Danto Vanguard, whereas Cast Down cannot, because it can just pay for life to regenerate. We're running 4 Thought Erasures, as well as those 3 Duresses, because we like when our opponents have nothing. It's really interesting to me because a lot of people, a lot of newer players, don't hate discard nearly as much as they hate counters. I think part of that is because they feel like they haven't wasted their mana, right? So if I discard a creature of yours or something, then you can play another creature. But if I counter one of your creatures, then you've played that creature, but you didn't really get to play. So I think that's where that feeling comes from. So hopefully you don't hate the amount of discard spells I'm playing, because Thought Erasure, real good against every deck. You can play this on turn 2, it's pretty damn good. If you can Duress into Thought Erasure, that's pretty damn good. And if you can do that into Thief of Sanity, you're in a pretty good spot, because Thief of Sanity can snowball really, really nicely. Essentially, if you're able to connect with this card, depending exactly on what you get, and you are able to look at the top 3 from your opponent's deck, you could theoretically just keep that spell option open, and just keep attacking with Thief of Sanity. There's no reason for you necessarily to add any more to the board if you have a protected Thief. We're running 2 Carnarium, and you might say, well, that goes in like direct opposition to the fact that you're playing 4 Thief of Sanities. That's kind of true, but if we're playing Cry with the Carnarium, even if we are losing a Thief of Sanity, we're doing it for a reason, namely mono white, mono red, or mono blue. So we need to do that sometimes. 2 Ionize. I believe we used to run 3, but I don't love running 3. And the reason we are running Ionize is because we do have a decent amount of like incremental damage. If we weren't, for example, running Thief of Sanity, running Angrath, or running Carnival Carnage, then we wouldn't really care about that ability to do just a little bit more. And we would rather go for something like the Surveil one, whose name, Sinister Sabotage, there we go. But being able to just hit a spell and deal a little bit of extra damage is very helpful. Then, next up, of course, we have our 3 Nicol Bolas. I feel like I should probably put a 4th one in, because it is good. It's like always at least a 2-for-1, as long as it resolves. And even if it doesn't, you know, you can bait out a counterspell to be able to play, like, Eldest Reborn or Angrath. So, it's like always good. It's like actually always good. And if you're able to flip it, you just get the sweetest of value. 2, Chemister's Insights. Sometimes we need to draw a little bit extra cards. 2 Vraska Contempt. gets rid of creature or planeswalker and gains life. Very, very helpful. Now, something that you might be a little interested in is Carnival Carnage. And the reason I really like Carnival Carnage right now is this heavy dichotomy between the super aggressive decks and then the super control-y decks, right? So against those super aggressive decks, Carnival is actually really nice. If you're able to play this out on turn 1 or 2, you can hit something that's relatively impactful. You know, you can take out a Venusino Pyromancer, which isn't great, or you could take out something like a Runaway Steamkin, right? Those things can really add up. If you're running against a green-based mid-range deck, you could theoretically hit something like a Llanowar Elves and really mess up their in-hand plans, right? But against control, where you aren't really going to be able to get any use out of Carnival, Carnage is, what is that darn called? Card called whatever. I can see it in my mind's eye. Some black-red card from like Alara or something. But essentially, you're going to be able to deal a decent amount of damage to your opponent, and you force them to discard 2 for 4 mana. That's literally like just a lightning bolt stapled on what Wrenchmind, I think is what it is. So yeah, it's just a really helpful addition against both of the spectrums of or both the ends of the spectrums of the meta right now. 2 Eldest Reborns. I believe this was at 3, and I cut it down to 2 because I wanted to add a little bit more room for other things here and there. But it is still a fantastic card because it just gives you value all over the place. I mean, that's all I need to say. It gives you value. Speaking of value, Angrath. He's real cool. +1. Hurt your opponent. -3. Hurt your opponent's board so you're less likely to die. And -8. You probably have won if you've gotten to the point where you can -8 him. That said, this is our mana base. And we don't really have a sideboard yet. I'm not going to run through these sideboard cards because I believe I do so in the other video. So we're just going to hop some games. And you see that I only had 2 there. That's because I've played with this deck a lot. So I didn't feel the need to practice it as much. I just wanted to practice with those exact changes. And there weren't a ton of changes, so I didn't feel it was super necessary to play with a bunch of changes. So that said, we do have a few games to go through. After I decided this is a good hand, it is. It's not fantastic because we can't cry the Carnarium. And if it's against a control deck, right, these cries are not going to be good at all. But we can Thought Erasure, and that is helpful because the Surveil can potentially get us out of some tough spots. We essentially just want to Surveil into Counterspell if this is more of a control deck, which I don't actually know from there, or I was going to say black mana, which we have, so that is totally nice. So let's see what they are on. Okay, they're on Esper Hero, it looks like. So I can kill their hero. Disinformation Campaign, I think, is actually going to be one of the largest problems. We don't have enchantments, so Mortify is just going to be able to hit, like, a few of our creatures. I honestly believe that the correct answer here is Disinformation Campaign. And I don't think it's remotely close. Carnival. Carnival against this deck, we can get up to 4 relatively easily. If I Carnage into Angrath, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll keep it. I'll have access to Cry of the Carnarium next turn if I want to do that, which I honestly probably will. And they choose not to play it. Very interesting. So once again, I'll just pass. Not really a reason for me to do anything else here. Would potentially mess up my Carnival Carnage desires. Search for Azcanta. Reasonable, reasonable. I'm going to go ahead and Carnage you now. My opponent should get rid of both Mortifies. Yeah. I think my opponent was very correct there. So here, unless they can hero and play another spell, another good spell, which it looks like they're going to Thought Erasure me. Discovery. Okay, Discovery's not nearly as bad. They're going to get some information. Let's see, they're at 3. How many do they put in the graveyard? They put 1 in the graveyard. Okay, so they're at 4. But I can pretty easily just Cry here. Go ahead and Cry. So they're up to 5. They can put a 6th. So that their Search for Azcanta is potentially going to be very frustrating. But alright, well. This is not bad. Because I can just take theirs. What does this say? You may cast that card. Manage the battlefield, exile target, no target creature. I think if Hostage Taker leaves, it would come back to us. But the problem is I'm not entirely sure. That said, I think Eldest Reborn is technically the best bet here. You know what? No, that was wrong. Absolutely, that was wrong. I should have totally Angrath minused to hit immediately. That would have given me the most value because they wouldn't have a way on board to deal with my Angrath. That was absolutely wrong on my part. I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, thinking about it more, I think that was the correct play. Especially since, like, now I can't actually kill this. So, yeah, that's an oops on my part. Okay, Bedevil's nice. So they're going to discard. I would love if they discard Hostage Taker, honestly. No, that's fine. So we're going to go and get rid of that. They can flip Azcanta now, which is unfortunate. I could take their Bellhaunt. But I guess it just depends on what they do this turn. I will get into the practice games in a bit. So they play another Thief. Interesting. Very interesting. So I can play Thief of my own. Well, a Thief of their own. And then they could Hostage Taker. But play Thief. Alright, get their Thief. Oh wait, what am I talking about? I just play Bellhaunt to force them to discard their Hostage Taker. Play Angrath, which allows me to steal their Thief. Which allows me to not only get value, but remove their Thief. And then, since their Hostage Taker's gone, I've paved the way for my own Thief. We got it. We figured it out. Well, that's 3 lands they would have been drawing. Are you going to concede? I'm not going to say good game just yet. I'll give them a good game. I don't know what they're thinking. Oh, okay.
No fire,
no steel. Ever see water burn? I'm not gonna lie. All of this was an act just so I can play another Angrath. So my opponent might be playing Kaya's Wrath. But if they play Kaya's Wrath, then I still just like Angrath. Yeah, so I'd rather have the ability. This isn't even in my hand. Alright. I will block. I will absolutely protect my Angrath. Yeah, cool. That is how you win with Grixis control. Oh, I love it. I love this deck so much. This has got to be one of my favorite decks. Esper control, Jeskai control, Bant control. Who needs any of that when you have Jeskai? Shit, I fudged it up. Who cares about any of that when you have Grixis and Nicol Bolas? Yeah, Nicol Bolas. So, in the few practice games that we had, sure. We played first against Mono Red Burn. Now, this wasn't Mono Red Aggro. This was Burn, right? They played a bunch of those draw spells, electrolyzes, gutter snipes, that sort of thing. I killed them. I did get down to 7, but I also killed them. Do I want to play Duress on turn 1? So this is a really interesting thing, right? Because playing a Duress on turn 1 only gets rid of a certain number of 1-drops, right? If my opponent Duresses me, that would suck. But I think the correct decision here is to play this tapped and then just pass the turn. I do kind of need to draw nothing but gas, but luckily I do have Angrath. So just in case I flood out, I will be able to use it. Now, do I... oh, not either way, I'd show them, kind of. I could play the Swamp, but I just don't think that's the correct decision. So I will Duress now and see what they're on. They're on... oh! Turbo Fog. Or Flash, I'm not sure. They have Frilled Mystic. I don't know if Frilled Mystic plays Turbo Fog. That said, so I can play around their Sinister Sabotage. Growth Spiral does boost them up a bit. Precog would be annoying to play against. I think I take Growth Spiral. I think that's the correct one here. And what I need to do is play around these 2 cards. And I don't know if I can. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately I don't know if I can. If I had Thief of Sanity right now, that'd be fantastic. But we only have 1 threat here. And they do now have Sinister Sabotage mana up. So I think I just have to kind of keep playing chicken with them. But they have precog, so their game of chicken is better. Oh well. This is potentially lost just because of the fact that we didn't have an early way to interact with our opponent. And since we don't run very many draw spells, or instant speed draw spells, we're also not doing anything, right? The second game that we played against was 4-color spells. So it was a deck that ran a bunch of... ooh. So if I play this... no, because just get sabotaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could play Angrath. Angrath gets countered. I don't know whether or not they would use Frilled Mystic or Sabotage. Regardless, the following turn, Eldest Reborn wouldn't work. So yeah, I'm just going to pass. They'll possibly precog. I'm not sure if they will. Yeah, very unfortunate. Our hand just did not work out well in this matchup. And I think honestly, this is probably a bad matchup because of the fact that we do a lot of interacting with creature spells. Luckily, the Root Snare is unusable, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to go and just play this and pass. Yeah, against four color spells, you know, deck that runs like heroic reinforcements. It runs the Depose Deploy. Ooh, another Duress. Don't mind if I do, honestly. See what they're running with, or they might just counter this, which I wouldn't hate that, honestly. So they Frilled Mystic this, which is fine. Then in response, I'll cast down. Yes, because Devil can theoretically get rid of Planeswalkers. I don't know if they're running Planeswalkers, but they might. Okay. So I did get one counter out of their hand, but I think they wanted me to not know how many counters were in their hand, right? So I think I have to wait until a point where I have, like, 2 Thieves in my hand in order to deploy both, but I don't know. But yeah, against the 4-color spells deck, I died against Heroic Reinforcements. I was at, like, 18, and they played a large number of spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just going to pass the turn. I know that they have one counterspell, so I can't justify playing one threaded turn. Because theoretically, my opponent might only have one counterspell. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once again, I think I'm going to wait until I have one more mana so I can deploy both of these. I don't know which one I would deploy first, honestly. I guess I would deploy Bolas first? Should I just deploy Bolas? There's not really a reason for me to Eldest Reborn yet. The thing is, my opponent's also, like, not doing anything to threaten me. So it's hard to justify actually, like, taking action. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to deal with this matchup as a Grixis control, which is good because it shows you. It can show you my mindset behind the exact things that I'm doing here. And the last deck that we did in practice was Is it Tempo Drakes? They didn't stand a chance. I had like that is the deck that like this deck is good against, right? Just creature decks that try to get there with combat damage. We just kill them. Okay, so here we can play 2 threats. The question is, in their 7 cards, do they have 2 counterspells? We know that they have 1. The thing is, I don't know what this deck... I don't know what this deck's win condition is. And I don't like the idea of putting my shields down. I don't have counterspells, but if I assume that their win condition is going to be like Teferi. Nexus is banned in best of 1. So my assumption is their win condition is going to be Planeswalker based. So I have 2 removal spells. I have technically 3 removal spells for Planeswalker. So if they do end up playing a Planeswalker, I have the mana to throw 2 removal spells at it. And if they counter both of them, I'll have access to Eldest Reborn into another Planeswalker or Bolas. I also expect this deck to take up a large percentage of the video's time, unfortunately. They do have to discard some more. What are you discarding? I assume just more, yep. And Cleansing Nova, alright. So Thief of Sanity, I don't actually hate getting countered. Kind of like a low priority target. So it's good to know they have Cleansing Nova. So this is just like actual Bant control. And I assume it has to be Teferi, right? I could, let's see, it'd be 7, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I could wait until I have 12 mana, so that I can play 3 threats in the same turn. And you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I assume my opponent is going to Chemister's Insight. Dream Eater. Interesting. Huh. Sure, that's fine. So I'm going to try and kill this end of turn. I'm still at 20, so I'm not worried too much about taking a little bit of damage. The Dream Eater is really interesting here, though. I guess it's just straight up Bant Flash? So they probably have the Angel as well? Is my guess, anyway. I guess I'll try and preserve the life total. We'll go with Vraska's Contempt. I assume this is going to counter by Frilled Mystic. Interesting. So then I will Bedevil. I don't know. That might be playing into my opponent's hand of being able to play it to Fairy here. Pretty much unchecked. So I guess I'll let that resolve. And I'll just take 4. And then end of their turn, if they haven't done anything, then I will try and kill the Dream Eater again, which I assume they might counter. Because they showed me this counterspell. And I think the reason they did that is because they want to actually be able to kill me. So I'll try and kill this. So let's see if they use their counter on this. Because then I theoretically can play Cry the Carnarium into Eldest Reborn. Do you show me a Sinister Sabotage? I would actually love if they played another Frilled Mystic. Absorb. Interesting. But I can cast down on this. They only have 1 counterspell left. So I can Cry of the Carnarium into Thief of Sanity. Okay, they let that happen. I will attempt to Cry. Playing a game of cat and mouse. So the question here is, do I play Thief of Sanity knowing they'll counter it? I think so, because then... Yeah, I think I might as well. I don't think I play Nicol Bolas. I think Bolas is worth too much to me, because I can cast it, and if it resolves, he flips, right? So I think I play Thief of Sanity knowing it's going to get countered. Yep, that's fine. Fine, let's see where they surveil this. So this is a deck with just a ton of counterspells, so I assume everyone at home is rooting for me. Wooden's Wreck. Okay, that is not great. But what do you win with? March of the Multitudes, maybe? I could see that. I guess we'll try to Bolas here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess we try to Bolas. Yeah, we'll try. Real Mystic, alright. So then we'll try to Eldest Reborn. This might be a deck that's just full of counterspells. It's actually a deck that's just full of counterspells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 counterspells, which I guess isn't a ton considering the amount of cards they've gone through. But I'm left with 1 card. This is pretty much game over, I think. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry I let all of you at home down. Yeah, well, I can Duress first. See if that helps. Alright, let's see if they have another counterspell. I legitimately think this is a deck full of counterspells. I think their win condition is just Frilled Mystic and Dream Eater. Oh my gosh, it lived.
Please run. A chase, no fire, no steel.
Okay. Thing is, I'm pretty sure I'm still screwed. Yeah, that's exactly why. There's nothing I can do here, right? I guess I could get a Nicol Bolas, immediately flip it, -4 to get back another Nicol Bolas? I guess that's like the only route to victory I have? Yeah, no, their deck is literally counterspells. These two cards is the win condition. This is ridiculous. I just noted how much time it took. Cool, alright, well, I'll just play Angrath. And die, I guess. Oh, yeah, another counterspell. This is... Look, I need to say, I'm totally fine with counterspells, but come on. That was a bit much. Jeez. I didn't deserve that. The nice people at home, they didn't deserve to see that. Big iron, big iron. I'm trying to do some business with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. We're gonna Thought Erasure first, because ew. Okay, Cry the Carnarium can deal with Incubation Druid and Growth Chamber Guardian. I think I'm fine letting them have a Growth Spiral. I don't really care about Deputy Attention too much. So also, I think I'd just get rid of Hedonist Climb. Cast Down? Yeah, I'm fine with Cast Down. Next turn, I'll probably just play Search for Azcanta and Watery Grave. Unless my opponent starts with Growth Chamber Guardian. Nope, Growth Spiral. Yeah, that's fine. And so this is Bant, but it's not as annoying of a Bant deck. Going to play Search. They don't have any white mana right now. So the Search could prove really helpful, honestly. But what I want from them is to play land into double 2-drop. But no, they're playing Deputy. That's fine, because I can kill this. Yeah, it's fine. I can kill this and I don't really mind killing it either. Goodbye. I'll take this back. I should have done it instant speed, but meh. So they don't realize I'm a Grixis deck yet. They might think I'm just normal blue-black. They should absolutely, totally play Incubation Druid. Nope, they're not gonna. Yeah, my opponent's smart. For what it's worth, I wouldn't have... I don't know if I would have done that. I'm gonna put that in the graveyard. I think this deck is not running very many thingamajigs. So we're gonna go and just pay 2 life. No reason. So we can Ionize some stuff. Thing is, Growth Chamber Guardian is going to hurt. Ow. Six mana. What do you got? Nah. They don't hate. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't hate if they play Incubation Druid. You gonna play another one? Please do it. Damn. Thief of Sanity. I don't have the ability to play that now. Honestly, I think I have to graveyard this. Oh, that is actually like the best draw I could have. Because now I can hold up Ionize. And you might say that's like not a great play, but I didn't want them to be able to just activate the ability, the adaptability. One card, I can flip Search for Azcanta, which is nice. I don't care about Llanowar Elves. Do not care one bit. I'm gonna take some Dabblage, which sucks. Angrath. Yeah, alright, you're not flipping yet, Search. Because I'm going to steal the Growth Chamber Guardian. Angrath is going to die, which is hilarious.
Here be Monsieur Crew for my freedom.
Because I could have absolutely just gotten, like, just, if I countered this, right, then I would have had my Angrath steal, but whatever. So I assume Llanowar Elf is going to hit Angrath, which is possibly going to suck if my opponent plays a thing that I wouldn't like them playing, which they probably will. Waiting for a Ooze. No, I guess not. Eldest Reborn. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Do I play this now, though? 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think I actually wait a turn. Because I don't want to put my Ionize shields down, and I have this if they don't actually play anything. And taking one from Llanowar Elf a turn is not that bad, so. If they play Hydroid Crisis, that is pretty bad, honestly. Because of the fact that they still get the cast trigger. Which I think is you know, healthy. Hydroid Crisis is a really reasonable card. As a stopgap against control. Carnival. Well, I guess I should have played that freaking last turn, shouldn't I have? I want to deal 3 damage or kill the Llanowar Elf. I guess I would rather hold it and deal the Dabblage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I'm going to place the events tapped. I'm just going to Carnage them. Would you... Sure, whatever. I guess I wouldn't have been able to pay for this anyway, but that's still annoying. Alright, cool. I assume they drew another land. Man, we're playing another game, alright? We're 30 minutes, but I want to play another game. Because I love Bolas, and that second game wore me out a little. Magic Ben. Alright. Oh, also, someone commented recently that they didn't see my video show up in their feed. I usually don't ask this because I feel like it's, you know, weird. Ring the bell? Like, if you're subscribed, I guess you, like, have to ring the bell now. That's, like, the stupidest thing ever. But, is this hand good? It's not good, per se. It's okay. We're going first, which makes it a little bit better. But we don't have 3 lands, which it makes me worried. I'm greedy. I'm so greedy. I shouldn't do it, but I'm greedy as hell. So we can play Steam Vents on turn 1. Turn 2 we can play Dragonskull Summit into Duress, which will hopefully... I don't know. Ooh, is this mono red? We signed our death certificate. Fudge. I wouldn't hit a Carnival. Carnival that and Duress them. No. Cry the Carnarium does help. Oh, it's a Cavalcade deck. Well, in that case, I guess I want to destroy Cavalcade. Or, discard Cavalcade, I should say. Huh, okay. So this Cry of the Carnarium is actually going to be relatively helpful. They can shoot me with Lightning Strike, which would suck. Ow. Instigator? Sure, sure. Can I draw lands? There we go. Not the best land, though, because we need double black. This is not double black. Fudge. Actual fudge. Alright, yeah, you know, we signed our death certificate when we decided to keep it 2-land hand. Skirt. That said, you know, if we do draw that black source, we're in a good spot. Like, we can do this into this. It's not bad. And luckily these are just 1/1s and I took their Cavalcade away. Okay, Thief of Sanity is a blocker that dies to Lightning Strike, but it uses their Lightning Strike. You gotta think on the bright side. And it also technically, potentially, delays them from playing their War Boss. I would love a black source, please. I'll even shock for it. Donnez-moi. I'm not gonna finish that because the French word for black is funny. JK! I don't care. It's noir. We ain't Spanish. They do play Legion War Boss. Okay. Can I get a land? So they have to attack with a Gobbo. I'll block. I would be surprised if they don't sack that and one of the other goblins in order to Lightning Strike my Thief. But it's up to them. Okay, it looks like they're going to at least sacrifice that one. But they might as well shock another one. They might as well sack another one, which it looks like they're doing. Cool, cool. All right, my opponent is smart, but I did take off 2 damage, and then the lightning strike of 3 damage. So if I can draw a black source this turn, no, it's fine. It's fine. I may have miscalculated my mana base. I didn't use Mr. Ezzmode's fantastic mana base. Am I dead? 2, 4, 6, 7. No, I'm only taking 7. We're going down to 5. Oh, excuse me, I'm going down to 6. I forgot about this additional one. Okay, so hopefully this Chemister's Insight gets me there. Vraska Contempt gains a little bit of life, which is helpful. The fear is real. Yikes. Utter yikes. Oh, I went to 4? Am I dumb? Why can't I count? Can I please get an untapped black source? Are you serious? Alright, well, I'm at 2. I had to do it. So, for those of you who don't know, longtime supporter of the channel and content creator himself, Mr. Ezzmode has a sweet guide on building your mana bases, and I forgot to update this deck's mana base. Okay, so I have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I can't actually do pretty much anything. So I can Nicol Bolas. I can Nicol Bolas in order to block one, which is dangerous in and of itself, because they could have plenty of freaking hasty people. Fudge. I think the correct answer is just play this tapped and use Vraska's Contempt. Do I do it instant speed? I think I do have to save it for instant speed, but I think what I need to do is I need to place like a hold. Alright, so they're going to combat. That's fine. I just didn't want them to like play a Calamity down and like me not get priority or something. Alright, so I'm going to do one of these, which I realize is dumb because they might have a burn spell, but I guess if they had a burn spell, they would possibly just use it anyway, so let's do this. Sweet dreams are made of this. Oh, fudge off. Who am I to disagree? So I can Bolas and Bedevil? And I still die? Damn it. Yeah, I'm still dead. Man. That sucks. If only these were better sources of mana. Which what I'm going to do right after after I start uploading this video is go back to Mr. Ezzmode's video and actually make my freaking mana base better. You should totally check it out. I will have that in the description down below. You should absolutely go over to that video, even if you choose for some reason not to subscribe to Mr. Ezzmode, which I totally suggest you do because he's awesome. It was a good guide. Like, this is going to help me. I've said several times on this channel how terrible I am at deck building. You know what? I'm going to save all of my gold for War of the Spark. Whoopsie doodles. But yeah, like, I've said so many times how I am garbage at my mana bases, and I think that with Ezzmode's help, I'll be able to actually stop being trash in that field. So, I'd like to, of course, thank my lovely patrons, especially Salamander and Croft, and Ezzmode up at the top there, for their continued support. You can join them supporting the channel. You'll find links to the Patreon down in the description below, and you can also just press the join button right under this video, and you'll be treated just like any other $5 patron, which is really awesome. You'll also find down there links to the Discord server where you chat and play games. You can, that's the best place to contact me if you want to share deck ideas or whatever. Just at me in the correct channel, as well as the link to the Ezzmode video, as I said, because Ezzmode's a cool dude. You should totally check him out. I do, of course, hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go and tap that like button, add subscription to your mana pool, cast a comment in the comment section down below, and pass the turn and the video to some of your friends. And apparently, you have to ring-ding-ding that like button for some reason. I don't know why, but YouTube hates creators now. Yeah. Until next time, I'll be one.